Well, once again, I managed to screw it up. Hello and welcome. Welcome one, welcome all to Grand Slam Galaxy Playday number 4. I, hopefully, in a second, will be here with my co-commentator, Silver Lily. Hello, Silver Lily.
Hello, Willie.
And we're here to get into our 4th Playday of Grand Slam Galaxy. Heading into it, we've got relatively even standings, as after our last Playday, after only 3 Playdays, every team has a win up on the board. So, no matter what, we've got a competitive league. Going into this as a reminder, we have 3 teams with positive records: the Monsters 3-0, the Monarchs and the Rookies 2-1, and every other team currently 1-2 on the scoreboard. Well, do you think this is going to be a Playday that'll keep the teams nice and close, or do you think that some teams are going to start bursting out of the pack one way or the other? Silver Lily?
I think it's hard to say, Willie. As you know, the individual parks each game is played on makes a huge impact on the game being played. And we're going to be, unlike last week, we are going to be seeing a lot of different parks in this series. I don't think there is a single repeat between series. I guess that was banned. And
hey, it's allowed.
I think there are very few repeats across series as well.
It's technically allowed before the postseason. It's technically allowed.
Well, then it seems like the coaches just did not do that this time around.
Look, everyone just really wanted to play Yoshi Park Playday 1 and 2. But besides that, now, in Playday 4, we're going to just go ahead and get started. How about first game of the day? God, we got so many barn burners to get through. How about first game of the day? We go with the Spitballs versus the Wilds on DK Jungle Night. Now,
can you stream the game for me, Willie?
I can. Now, heading into this series, I think it's fair to say that the Spitballs upset the Wilds on Peach Ice Garden last Playday to score their first win of the season. Heading into this game, I'm going to take the Spitballs first. The Spitballs have proven themselves after the sort of trade mania that happened recently. Their main pickup was still just that purple toad on third base, but seems to be fitting in with the roster relatively well. Looking across their lineup, they still have a lot of potential heavy hitters. I love Wiggler's potential as a slap hitter. Wario, especially when given that extra attention by the offensive coaches, can produce bombs. Maybe a little bit inconsistently, but still, literally with that start pitch, can produce bombs. And I think that this team, as it goes on, only stands to improve more and more as they sort of figure out everything that they need to do to gel together as one cohesive squad. On the other side, potential turmoil in the Wilds lineup continues. Silver Lily, what's going on right now in the Wilds dugout?
Well, the team is trying to make adjustments around Diddy's more recent demands to be put on the mound more often. Previously, Donkey Kong was the reliable first reliever, and the games would always turn to him after Baby Peach was done for the day. Diddy has recently been stepping up in order to take that spot, which has been throwing off fielding positions because they were not set up expecting Diddy to go on that early. So the fielding positions have changed. We have seen kind of a rotation of 3. Donkey Kong moved from third base to catcher, Miku moved from catcher to left field, and Diddy Kong moved from left field to third base. Now, whichever of the big 2 Kongs, the 2 considered to be captains, even though the real captain is Hatsune Miku, and this is the musicians. I want to make that repeatedly clear. This is the musicians. They just have not filed the paperwork yet. I think it's gotten lost. I don't know where Funky Kong put it. I'm not privy to the internals of the clubhouse that often.
You know that Funky Kong waits until the last possible day to file his taxes. Meanwhile, over on the cousin position,
taxes?
I was gonna make a joke about the cousin position to second base shortstop and Yoshi, and we all know what he does. But let's get into it.
As I was saying, no matter which of those two goes up to pitch, that will put Baby Peach not in the outfield, but at a much safer third base or catcher position, which will make it so that she no longer makes a significant dent in the Kong's fielding.
Well, at least the baby won't look lost out there. For now, let's get this show started. Play number 4 of Grand Slam Galaxy is officially a go, pending as always player protest. It's the Spitballs taking on the Wilds and the Wilds' home stadium of DK Jungle at night. This time, with extra assurance, so that home stadium actually means something. I figured it out. I finally got my own paperwork sorted, and that will always be consistent now. Home team will always pitch first. I really love the Dry Bones as players. They always surprise me with just how much batting power they're capable of, and Dry Bones, well,
trying to show it off right away, but for Miku's first outing in the outfield, she's just going to get an easy catch on that fly.
You know, we don't see Baby Peach usually stick up on the mound very long, but the Spitballs, well, we'll see if they're able to crack the Wilds with that morale boost they get from home position. Seems like they're having a great time of it so far, as bad positioning on those hits leads to a quick 3-up, 3-out at the Spitballs' first chance at the plate.
DK Jungle Knight has always been very kind to the musicians. One of their best performing parks they've ever played on, and one they've played on repeatedly.
How many playdays do you think it'll take for us before we get through a whole playday without saying the Wilds?
I don't know, Willie. I try.
Ooh, the pillar! Okay, a bare miss on Teto at her first chance at plate of this game. And unfortunately for her, the second ball, well, it finds the field, but it also finds Bluebird's glove. Was that replay about to show Wiggler fucking dying in the outfield? Did you see that? Ooh, excellent placement from Tiny Kong, and we have our first runner on base. With a little bit of extra bullying, yes, of course, we love bullying in this league, she'll hit a single by knocking it straight up the middle. Funky Kong pops it high.
Second off that single, notably, or off the POW block, just remains at first. So the item ultimately did nothing, just like it did there. The Wiggler already had the ball firmly in his grasp by the time the shell reached him.
Well, Donkey Kong will have to see if he's able to keep this inning going and maybe start some early offensive pressure. A close ball from Waluigi, knocked safely by Donkey Kong to the outfield, and a runner on first and second with 2 outs for the musicians. Well, Diddy Kong, he's caused some turmoil for the musicians in the last couple of games. Good chance for him to buy some good graces if he's able to get an RBI here. Waluigi's
might be a good opportunity for Diddy Kong to use his star hit, but will not go for it, and instead his weak slap will be immediately caught by Eggman over at shortstop.
You have no idea how happy I was coming out of... We had a little bit of a shake-up where the league had to be kind of rebuilt. A disaster caused us to have to rebuild a lot of these stadiums between Playday, I believe, 2 and 3. And you have no idea how happy I was to see Eggman come out of that with some good old-fashioned plastic surgery to make him look a lot more like Eggman and a lot less like someone you would need to call the police on. Reggie, though. Well,
couple of deep hits. Dixie Kong making good use of her speed and prowess in the outfield in order to make sure that one doesn't do any damage. Forces Wiggler back to first.
And in a mirror of the last inning, one pseudo-captain comes up with a runner on first with a chance to cause some damage, but, well, Warrior doesn't make much of it. And, hey, now it's the proper captain himself, runner on first, 2 out, shades of last inning. Can Waluigi...
Now, hold on.
What's up?
Shades of last inning will...
Okay, never mind, I forget. DK isn't the captain, my apologies. But Wiggler will make it to third base off of a good single from Waluigi. Scoring position for Eggman if he's able to avoid, well, an out or getting Waluigi out at second. But the grounder to second.
Early, but instead he's just going to slap it immediately over to Funky Kong, even off a charged hit, which will be an easy field over to Tato for the third out of the inning.
The Wilds return to the plate, and, well, this shouldn't be too bad for the Spitballs if they're able to get these outs. Of course, always a little bit of danger with solid slap hitters, and, well, the Wilds are...
I think that's just going to turn foul.
Not much from Dixie Kong, as she'll knock it to Eggman at the shortstop for the out. Good progress from Miku, though. From Miku, though. A solid hit up the center will net her on first base, and it's Baby Peach now. With the opportunity to, let me check my notes based on her previous outings, end the inning for the Musicians. As she hits it to shortstop, is caught out, and the Spitballs turn that double play, and we're scoreless going into the third. You know, there was always a little bit of a terror in my heart of, like, what if these batting orders aren't set up correctly or anything. Turmoil that any fan of Grand Slam Galaxy is familiar with at this point after only a couple of Playdays. As everyone realizes collectively that the players are not in their proper position. Well, Light Blue Yoshi in the perfect position for that, as Green Drybones knocks it straight to him, and, well, it's the Musician's turn to turn a double play. And Iwata will have to see if he's able to get anything going for the Spitballs, but with 2 outs and no bases, well, a clean hit is a clean hit. It'll net him a single. We'll see if the Spitballs are able to make anything of it. Another single from Blooper, and we've got a runner on first and second with 2 outs as Baby Peach starts to tire. And Wiggler, the Mr. Consistency himself, gonna see if he can distract Baby Peach with that flower on top of his head, and a Boo assistance with a solid hit out to center left. We'll have our first run of this game as Wiggler knocks in a double and brings Iwata home.
So I fear I must apologize to the broadcast. Really, it appears my mic is having some trouble in creating a sort of radio buzz tonight.
That's weird because I'm not hearing it, so it's probably my mic. But I'm looking at...
according to those reporting in, and it is Diddy Kong up to pitch first again after Baby Peach retires. This has been a constant for the last several games. Oh, and an unfortunate earthquake will knock down Dixie Kong and allow 2 to run in on what could have been an easy out.
That's unfortunate timing for the Wilds.
Once again, Diddy Kong stepping up to the plate when it is not normal for him to do so. This has never happened until it happened 3 games in a row. And 3 games in a row, it's resulting in immediate damage against the Wilds. Or the Musicians.
It's not just me, it's not just me.
It is not just you, but it does not help, Willie.
Alright, let me adjust audio levels here. Another hit from Waluigi, and it's the Spitballs' turn to have a 2-out rally going for them. As the captain, Waluigi, hits another clean signal. It's Eggman's turn. Have we rounded the batters for this inning?
I think we might have, Willie. And another solid slap up the center.
Bases loaded and Purple Toad comes up to bat. Well, not known as a power hitter, but hey, if he can prove himself to the Spitballs after that trade mania, Diddy Kong, though, looking to make sure that it's not the case. And a high fly with no support will result in the Captain Miku stepping up and saying, no, this inning is over. 4 runs for the Spitballs, and they'll draw first blood. But, well, we know what the Wilds are capable of, and with that dangerous all-around-the-world batting order synchronization, it's Light Blue Yoshi who'll be the first in this inning to get on base. That's a single, that's a runner on first, no outs for Tato, as we go back to the top of the order.
Charging up, but doesn't like what she sees, though it will still be a strike. This time she's going to slap it up towards Eggman, which is going to result in a double play.
Tiny Kong now, the one who will have to turn this inning around for the Wilds. Waluigi says, no, I don't want any of it, but Tiny Kong says, too bad, you're getting it. As she'll hit through a star pitch for a solid single. Not a lot
Donkey
of...
Kong up now.
Oh, it's high out to right field, which is the Spitball's weak side. And it is well out.
Home run. 2-run home run. Funky Kong determined to put his team back in the game with that one.
I was about to say, man, we have not seen any deep hits this game, have we? Like, no one's really gone for the fences. And then immediately Funky Kong turns around and is like, oh yeah! The Spitballs don't have chemistry in right field.
That will chase Waluigi off the mound and bring up Wario. Just in time to face down league official captain, Donkey Kong.
Accidental captain Donkey Kong, who will net himself a solid single, and it's the Wild's turn to see if, hey, 2 runs, add on the pressure, add on the batting powers. They'll start to get their own, well, rally going. At least if Diddy Kong can avoid Eggman's glove, which he cannot. And you know what? I like 2 runs for the Wilds here. Start putting on some pressure. Now it's off of a home run, as opposed to the Spitballs, who were able to put on damage with that, well, small ball type of play. Just keep getting singles and doubles until all the runners start rounding the bases. But we'll see if they're able to get that same success in the top of the 4th. Green Dry Bones with a solid hit up the middle for a single. And so far, yeah, it looks like they're doing just that. Iwata also tries to hit it up the single, but Yoshi with that long tongue, goddamn, able to reel that sucker in. Now just a little bit too...
Light Blue Yoshi has probably been one of the shining rays of hope for the musicians in these last few games, performing very well at that shortstop position, even as the rest of the team begins to struggle a bit.
Well, speaking of struggling, Funky Kong at that second base, not able to get his glove on a ball that goes up the middle, and thus the inning will continue, and another, again, that consistent Wiggler hit will load the bases as Reggie is ready. But is he ready for a Diddy Kong star pitch? No, he'll watch that one slide by with plenty of time left. And the fastball goes in, and the fastball is knocked out of here. A sacrifice fly almost catches Dry Bones. That was weird. Dry Bones is like,
I don't have the power to knock down Donkey Kong like most players would have gone for. Instead, just does what he can to get to base.
Well, good news for the Wilds fans, as Donkey Kong will come back up to the plate. Diddy Kong put in that catcher position, and with runners on the corners, it's up to the main man to see if he can end this inning. Wario will hit through his star hit, though, out to the outfield. Boo and field interference.
Unusual amount of power for hitting through it.
I think that maybe players can start to figure out this Donkey Kong star pitch. If you slap it, you won't go anywhere. But if you can get some power, if you can charge up that swing, it tends to be a lot less of an issue. Easier said than done, as Waluigi will bring the star power of his own. Attempt with a star hit to try to keep this rally going, but no. It ends up in the glove of Funky Kong too early, and the Spitballs inning comes to a close. Well, 2 runs, though, to bring their lead back up to 4. They won't be complaining now, will they?
It's going to be a whiffed hit by Dixie Kong. Stares at a second for a ball.
Stares at a third. And she remembered she's playing.
Unfortunately, sent it right over to the glove of Dry Bones in right field. Green Dry Bones, specifically.
Well,
Captain Miku up now.
She was able to get this offense going last inning, and... oh my god, a shot out to left! Reggie and Wiggler just barely make it in time to catch it. That's 2 outs now against the Wilds. I don't think that would have gone out of the park, but it would have been tangled up in those roots and might have given Miku a double off it. Well, Baby Peach will finally get something going for the Wilds as her slap to right field. And hey, you love Light Blue Yoshi? Here's Light Blue Yoshi. 2 outs, runner on first. Slap hit, though, goes straight to blooper. And the Wilds inning comes to a close as well, with no runs to speak of themselves. We'll be going to the top of the 5th. It's the Spitballs with a 4-run lead. I was scared of that pow block. But no, Eggman will hit straight to Funky Kong, who fields it for an easy ground out for the first out of the inning.
And now we get to see Donkey Kong's true power at pitcher. He gets to be in a little bit of control here. Previously had to come up while there were already people on base. This time able to find an out before that even happens. Does let up a single to Purple Toad. And now seems like it's going to be a single to Dry Bones that will hold Purple Toad at second. Tried to run to third, thought better of it.
I really thought Purple Toad was going to get out there, but no. Now it's Iwata's turn. Runner on first, runner on second, only 1 out. This is solid positioning for the Spitballs if he can capitalize on it. But no!
Star pitch assisted strikeout for Donkey Kong as Iwata swings wide on that third pitch.
And Blooper hits it with a little bit too much power out to center field. Straight into the position of Dixie Kong. She didn't even have to move, and the Spitballs will get shut down in the 5th. Now it's the Wilds' turn at the bottom of the 5th to start lacking on the damage and, well, start playing from behind. But it's Tato at the top of the order. Will have to start that off, and she does. A solid hit straight up the middle will give her that single.
A little bit of indecisiveness from the Spitballs on who should chase it. Gives her all the time in the world to go right to first. Now Tiny Kong, staring down a star pitch from Wario, doesn't take it. Looks like she had the wrong count anyway.
Well, unfortunately for her, she follows in the fate of the Spitballs from last at-bat. She'll hit it straight to center field, and Wiggler will make the easy catch. The only man to produce any runs for the Musicians is back at it again at the Krispy Kreme, and Funky Kong with a charge hit to center left. It won't go out of the park, but Wiggler, what are you doing?
Wiggler, what are you doing? That'll be a single for Funky Kong, moving Tato to third. Runners on the corners for Donkey Kong's boxing glove. Let's see what he does here.
That is
Musician
such a
runners
fast kick.
keeping Wario guessing on the mound. Give him an inch, they'll take a base.
He doesn't have any star power for a pitch. He'll throw a slow slider to Donkey Kong. And Wiggler and Reggie interfered with in the outfield. Interfered with twice. And that single...
Donkey Kong going for home, going to make it safe. Donkey Kong batting in 2 runners off a single.
What happened to Reggie and Wiggler in this outfield? Is they just not able...
It looks like Reggie tripped.
Whoopsie daisy. And back at it to kill the hope for the Wilds. It's Diddy Kong at home plate. All right, let's... Immediately was like, I should be nicer to him. And he proves that I should be. With a solid single up the middle, even. Runner on first, runner on second, 1 out for the Wilds. Dixie Kong hits it to left field, straight into Reggie's waiting glove, and... Well, the quick throw back to the infield will keep the runners honest. 2 outs as we go to Miku.
Unfortunate folly we see from a number of the weaker batters in the league, just in terms of raw power. That they will often charge up their hits too much, and instead of landing between fielders, hit it right out to one of the outfielders. In this case, it turns a potential rally into a 3rd out, and the end of the, well, a 2nd out, which was followed by the 3rd, and the end of the inning for the Wilds, tightening up the lead once again to only 2 runs, and we see the folly repeated again by Wiggler, right out to an easily positioned Tiny Kong in the right field.
Mr. Consistency is the first out, as Reggie now needs to deal with these dangerous pitches from Donkey Kong. He's just finding the corner of that plate, and maybe phases Reggie a little bit as he swings, makes weak contact, and grounds out to the second baseman of Funky Kong. Now Wario, someone has to start trying to put on damage, and he will not, as he hits it straight to Light Blue Yoshi at shortstop. And the Spitballs are shut down once again. The Wilds with a chance.
Say, Willie.
Oh, what's up?
You can really see where Diddy Kong pitches in that scoreboard.
Well, thank you from your co-commentator's co-commentator popping in to make notice of something I was keeping quiet about, Diddy Kong and his consequences.
Well, I was also keeping it in mind, and also very much aware that you never know. You never know when the Spitballs can open up that scoreboard again, just like you never know when they can shut the Wilds down. 2 quick outs at the bottom of the 6th. The fastball is caught by Teto, and, well, she'll get a single.
We had been seeing a little bit of Eggman and his consequences this inning, as his excellent defensive play was keeping the Wilds from getting on base, but a better positioned ball by Teto will lead to a single. Got a shaking hands with Tiny Kong on first there as they watch it go foul. And there's Eggman again, just to shut it right down. By the way, you have a comment in the chat. You might want to remove.
No, don't worry. They've been escorted out of the stadium.
Okay. Wanted to be sure. Captain Waluigi up to face Donkey Kong on the mound now. Going to slap it out to left, despite the Light Blue Yoshi will find it and just barely sends it over to Teto before Waluigi can make the base.
Eggman better not slap a DK star pitch, and he does think better of it, but we know how DK loves to send those things in pairs. Opts not to this time, and
Oh, the earthquake!
That would have been close. I don't know if Dixie Kong would have made it, but the fireball definitely lets Eggman go from, well, what would have been a first without the single without the earthquake. Earthquake plus a fireball lands him in easy scoring position on third, but a pop fly from Toad. This should be a sac fly for a run.
what normally has been a huge home field advantage for the Wild musicians has been turning against them this game, as we've seen more field interference against their fielders than anyone on the Spitballs. You were correct, it was a sac fly for a run. Funky Kong not even trying to chase him home.
And the hitting continues from the Spitballs as Dry Bones will knock that one cleanly up the center of the field for a single. Iwata was the cause of disaster for the Spitballs earlier as he struck out, but he'll redeem himself with another clean single up the middle. Runner on first, runner on second, Blooper, not exactly known to be a power hitter. And, well, he'll prove that as he pops it right over to shortstop, and that key light blue Yoshi makes the catch to end the inning. It's only one run, but it's one run more.
If I may analyze a little bit of the musicians' troubles this game, it's not just the field that's not been working for them, but their own item usage has barely mattered. They've structured a significant portion of their lineup around being able to get those error items, but they're always coming out late. They're never being important. There is no other team in the league that has item usage throughout their entire lineup. It's been one of the pride points for the Wilds in the past. Are we going to see a DK home run? We are! Even in the air in time, Reggie is not able to make the catch. Without people on base, DK's not going to trust in the items since they have not been doing the work. He's just going to put it over the wall himself, show that he can still do it.
Jeez, that was a home run by inches. And Diddy Kong, well, he'll try so hard to do the same as his cousin. He won't manage it, though, as he'll pop out at left field.
Not going to matter on a fly like that. You need an item that can disrupt the catcher.
Eggman, with the uncharacteristic misplay, though, allows Dixie Kong to reach first base on what should have been an out, and it's the captain Miku with a chance to capitalize if she can start putting some pressure on the Spitballs. Blooper, not able to catch a slow ball, and it's a run on first and second. Now, we're not exactly in the power section of the musicians lineup here as Baby Peach comes up, but she's done some damage this game. We'll see if she's able to turn anything around here.
Her hitting is a little better than you would expect from her rating, but not by much. Does have some star power if she chooses to use it, instead making the usual weaker batter folly, sending it too far. A little less power on that hit would have been perfect. It might have been another single, especially with banana support. Instead, it's another one-run inning.
Still, the Wild's putting some pressure on the Spitballs. They're not letting them get away easy. It's still a 7-5 scoreline, and 2 runs with 2 innings left is not exactly impossible for the Wilds. DK, though, wants to make sure that doesn't add up. He won't quite make it there, as again, interference from the field.
We've not seen a single meaningful earthquake against the Spitballs. I think this is our second or third against the Wilds.
DK, frustration. Well, he'll make sure that that start pitch ends in a quick out for Reggie at first, but the man himself is starting to tire as he gets into the dangerous part of the Spitballs lineup. Wario with an opportunity to at least get Wiggler home for another run, but he won't be able to capitalize on it. He'll pop out to second base. Funky Kong makes the catch, and it's Captain versus, well, Donkey Kong.
And we'll see. I wonder if we will see a
Waluigi
star hit.
No.
Nope, we're going to see a Waluigi slap out to Funky Kong.
Well, the Wilds barely managed to get out of a dangerous position, not giving up any runs. But, well, speaking of danger, they still have to make up this 2-run gap, and they're about to go in the top of the order, but it's Light Blue Yoshi not starting off this inning well for them, as amazingly John Eggman, of all things, manages to snag that ball away. It's Tato now. Tato. With her own opportunity to start getting something going for the Wild, someone has to start putting on pressure, and she manages it with a good hit to right field. That'll get her a single, as Wario continues.
Green Drybones unable to reach it in time to prevent the single. We get a charge hit from Tiny Kong. Another great little bit of positioning is going to allow her to run to second.
Now
no interference double, and now runners in scoring position for Funky Kong, the man who started it all off for the Wild this game in terms of scoring. Having bat in Tiny Kong on a home run before, we're going to see another high, deep, far hit to the right field, right in the barrel for a go-ahead 3-run home run.
Funky Kong with all the baseball IQ he needs to identify that weak side of the Spitballs field. That's 2 home runs. 5 runs off of his surfboard?
Surfboard, Willie.
And Funky Kong proving to be the batter the Wilds needs. Now it's Iwata's turn to try to shut down Donkey Kong, but no. Donkey Kong with a solid hit to left field smartly identifies that even if that ball is out there, Spitballs will be able to get it back in time, and well, it'll result in a single. Diddy Kong now with a chance to keep this going. There's only 1 out so far, so lots of time left for the Wilds to apply pressure. And the Spitballs will shut that pressure down.
Bad slap by Diddy Kong. Right to Eggman. Makes for a double play. Donkey Kong getting just a little bit too far off that base before knowing where Diddy's gonna go with that hit. They'll take the lead. It is now up to Donkey Kong and a potential reliever to shut the Spitball down. If they do it now, they get out of this game with a 1-run lead. Won't make much of a difference in their
Run differential.
Eggman down to a good catch by Tato, hit right up the line towards her. Now a star pitch by Donkey Kong. He often does these when starting to tire, just to get out of the inning faster. He'll find his second out and say goodbye for the game.
And the Captain Miku is brought in to end this game, but Drybones will successfully net himself a single, and the Spitballs have a chance. Now, Iwata and Blooper have to make it through in order to get the Spitballs anywhere. Iwata, a bobble from Light Blue Yoshi in a Keys part, and Drybones runs all the way to third. The tying run is on base. Blooper with the opportunity against the Musician's captain to make something happen, or the opportunity to seal his team's fate. Watches strike 1. Pitch number 2 coming in. It's high. A hit to center. Drybones is running in. We have a tie game. Hello?
And just some significant screw-ups on fielding from the Musicians. That inning was all over, but Light Blue Yoshi just unable to get its tongue around the ball. Dixie Kong hurling up Donkey Kong to finish the inning before a Wiggler home run potentially could have taken a 3-run lead. Instead, we go tied into the bottom of the 9th. Musicians' last chance.
And it
is Wario still on the mound?
No, it's Iwata.
No, it is Iwata.
Not a strong section of the Wild's offense, but Dixie Kong with a chance. No, she'll hit it foul just barely. Gotta remember that those pillars stick out a little bit of a dangerous park for potential foul home runs to still get counted. And on her last chance, she'll hit it straight to Eggman. It's Miku's turn, the musician herself, with a chance to get something going for her team. She'll hit it out to left field on an angle that we don't usually see, but
Some good fielding by Reggie. Doesn't keep a hold of the ball, but sends it right over to Eggman, stuffing Miku's running right at first. The field interfering with the interference from the Wilds as the flower stops the shell instead of stopping Wiggler's fielding. Meaning Baby Peach will also only find a single.
Batter
Light
number
blue
9.
Yoshi up.
Solid hit up the middle, but it will get caught. But oh no! Miku barely makes it to third base in time to not have there be any damage from it. An odd series of events as the ball just barely isn't caught by Wiggler in center field. We have 2 outs. Tato is up. Teto, whatever, is up out with runners on the corners. 2 outs. Chance to walk off the game here. Eggman catches her out though, and we are going to extra innings. The Spitballs and the Musicians go the distance, and they're going to have to go a little bit further. As we'll go into inning number 10 with the Spitballs entering the dangerous section of their lineup. First off, Reggie on the plate. Well, oh no, a good item support. That power block is there in time when the Spitballs need it, and Reggie will notch himself a single. Starred player Wario has to put some damage here.
That will be an out by Light Blue Yoshi. Will turn it over to first for the double play, just barely catching Reggie trying to slide back in safely to first. Some excellent fielding by the Musicians' new shortstop.
This is not what you need if you're the Spitballs. You want to see some damage put on here by Waluigi, but, well, even if he does a star hit, he doesn't opt for it. It didn't work before, and instead, when they need it the least, the Spitballs are shut down in the 10th inning, and it's the Wilds with their turn in their dangerous part of the lineup. First off, Tiny Kong. After her, the 2 Kongs who both hit home runs already this game. Tiny, though, well, proves that she can put on some pressure of her own. She'll hit it out to right field for a solid single, and Funky Kong, 2 home runs already to his name. Weak contact, though, will result in Eggman being able to turn the double play.
Uncharacteristic weak contact as well. This is Funky Kong. That man hits home runs.
Okay.
Why is he hitting a dribble ball up to shortstop?
Donkey Kong.
Speaking of a deep hit.
Yeah, he'll hit it very solidly.
That's what I'm talking about, Willie. All the time in the world to use their item, the Musicians just don't do it. I mean, it's not surprising. It was Diddy Kong.
Fair enough. Look, Diddy Kong at least barely successfully manages to keep the glove out of blooper.
Keeps the game alive. Dixie Kong up at bat. Slaps it.
Donkey's going home. Donkey's going home.
Out to left field. Donkey Kong coming home and will take the game off an RBI single out to deep left by Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong no longer the star player for the Wilds. They gave that little bit of star power over to Tiny Kong this series. And I do want to say that Tiny Kong made it count, often got on base and set up for Funky Kong and Donkey Kong to do their damage. Here, Dixie Kong hits it deep left to bring in Donkey Kong. And that will take the Wilds, or the Musicians, the Wild Musicians, these very wild musicians, to 2-2 on the season. Donkey Kong getting given the nod for MVP. I almost thought it was going to be the Funky Kong after batting in 5 of these 10 runs, or 9 runs.
I am absolutely shocked that it is not Funky Kong. We're going to have to take a look at this box score to have an understanding about what happened here. Let's see. DK squeaks it. That is so weird to me. I almost
I
have to
think
disagree with the scorecard here. I don't understand.
Really, it is off the star pitch fielding. Donkey Kong is the one to field those weak hits off of his own star pitch, basically turning batters over by himself without striking them out.
It's still wild to me that he was seen as an equal batter to Funky Kong in this game. Funky Kong with a standout performance. 5 of those runs for the Wilds in a close 8-9 game were his, clutching up when he needs it, and he's not giving the nod. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think Funky Kong was robbed.
I honestly do have to agree. DK's pitching performance was excellent, but it was nowhere near the batting performance Funky Kong had. Consistency getting onto base, but did not score many runs when it mattered. Did score the last run, which mattered a lot, but it was batted in by Dixie Kong.
Still, what an also amazing showcase.
You have to give him some credit.
What an amazing showcase as well from the Spitballs, taking the Wilds to our first overtime game in Grand Slam Galaxy history. Close, but no cigar for the Spitballs. I'm sure they'll be feeling that sting and, well, looking to do some damage next series, as they'll be having an interesting opponent in the Fireeggs. But before we get there, we've got 3 more games left to go. Next on our schedule, we're going to be heading over to Yoshi Park. Speaking of field interference, let's see what damage the field interference can do as the Bows take on the Monarchs at, again, Yoshi Park night. I'll go ahead and go with the Bows first here. Finally, taking a chance, taking a shot with swapping up their roster, in that they had that ream of paper that they used to organize everything, and right before they turned it in, just a minute before the deadline, they dropped it all, the papers went everywhere, they just had to grab whatever they can and slam it back on the desk just in time to submit, resulting in, well, this composition. The prayers to RNGesus turned out with Birdo starting on the plate, which I'm sure she'll be happy with, King Boo getting that star pitcher nod, which I'm sure he'll be happy with, and a fine enough outfield. Statler taken from starting pitcher to center field, I'm sure he won't mind. Secondary pitcher Magic Koopa at catcher, I'm sure he won't mind. And potential with this lineup, though a lack of chemistry in the outfield. Up against, well, why don't you describe what the Monarchs are right now to this league, Silver Lily?
How to describe the Monarchs? The reigning champions of the CPU Winter Classic. We've described them that way before. A terrifying team with great offense and defense. We've described them that way before. Probably the team with some of the biggest shakeup, but also the most consistency after the shakeup. We've described them that way before. I don't think there's anything I can say about the Monarchs that hasn't been said before. That they have, one loss? And it was to the Flowers in a surprising upset, and that was an incredibly close game. Every other performance they've had has been absolute blowouts. They now hold the highest scoring game in league history after their previous game against this Bows before their new look. They've picked up another good pitcher in Toadsworth and given him the star power he needs to stay on the plate for longer this season, and he's been doing numbers for them. They have a completely different outfield, a Toad-based outfield with Blue Toad, Toadette, and Princess Toadstool.
Good catch there.
It's doing excellent for them.
We're gonna have to see.
The Monarchs have a loss. I think they might still be the best team in this league. Their biggest competition is the Monsters, and the Monsters are currently lossless. All wins, and did take a win against the Monarchs in a close game on Peach Ice Garden in the preseason. Does not count for their season record, but I do want to point out that game was 11-10. I don't think... I think we're going to be seeing these Monarchs all season. I think we're going to be seeing them in the playoffs. I think we're going to be seeing them in the finals. Perhaps it's an early shot to call. It is only week 2.
Well,
but this is an excellent team. And despite all the shakeups, they remain excellent.
We're going to have to see and make sure that last time they had a big blowout win, they immediately came back and lost by a single run. Now that they have the biggest blowout win in league history, well, the Bows have shaken themselves up, and we're going to have to make sure that the Monarchs are still ready to keep that dominance going. We're going to see what they're able to do on a dangerous field. It's Yoshi Park night as the Bows take on the Monarchs in Game 2 of their series here in Grand Slam Galaxy. Monarchs, of course, choosing Yoshi Park night, so they'll start on the defense here, and Toadsworth will be the one to get this game going. Play ball. Well, not too much danger there. The high fly ball will result in Toadette standing on that track for a while, but doesn't have to be too scared of the train. And it's an out to start off this game for the Bows, as King Boo, this new starred player, will have to see that he's worth the investment. And another high ball out to the right.
He's gonna show he's worth the investment right away with a solo shot. Home run. Peach isn't able to make the catch even with Toadette throwing her up for it.
Credit to King
Opens up
Boo.
the scoreboard immediately.
Normally when we see balls squeak by the defense in the outfield, it's due to them just being hit too fast for anyone to reasonably catch. That time it's due to a little bit of extra height, but, well, someone else on the Bows is going to have to support King Boo. It's not going to be, I believe that was Dry Bones, grounding out very quickly, but Blue Shy Guy will try to make his presence known with a single hitting it up the middle. Koopa now.
Up at bat. Koopas aren't really known to be good offensive players. They've done an excellent job on defense for the teams they've played on, especially Red Koopa over on the Monsters this season. But just like we see right there, a weak hit over to shortstop makes for an easy out. Doesn't even need to throw it to first. Can just underhand toss it right up to second.
And the Monarchs will take their turn at the bat. PD Piranha, if anyone can repeat the performance that King Boo did with just an instant starting home run, it's
some good discipline to watch that third pitch for the ball. King Boo not able to make it over to that hit in time at second base. It's going to let up a single.
Boomerang Bro will hit that ball straight out. The train is coming. Can Blue Shy Guy clear this ball in time? He will barely.
Sacrificing his body to make sure that PD Piranha stays on third. Get a medic up there, and for the love of all that is sacred, do not throw Blue Shy Guy on the mound right after he gets hit by a train. I've seen it too many times.
Well, Magic Koopa is able to sneak that ball right up the middle. No one able to get their glove on it will result in the first run for the Monarchs, but whereas it was a solo shot homer for the Bows to make a statement, it's an RBI for the Monarchs to make a play. Firebro now at the base, at home base, 0 out still, 2 runners on. But an amazing triple play turned by Yoshi as he catches a line drive that was destined for right field, turns it into 1 out from the catch, a 2nd out from landing on first base, and a 3rd out from pitching it over to second, fast as lightning. What a play!
Amazing defensive chops by Yellow Yoshi there. Participating in all 3 outs of that inning in the same play.
Oh, and field interference from the Piranha Plants. Wait, does this count as an out? No. It counts as a foul!
What?
It never hit the ground, so it first hit the ground outside the park. So it counts as a foul.
Oh, the Piranha Plant absolutely robbing Yellow Magikoopa of a single. I have to give some credit to PD Piranha, who ran over to the Piranha Plant's output pipe and took the ball to the face in order to make sure it landed on the outside the foul line instead of being spat back into the infield.
Well, unfortunately for the Bows, after that play, the only one of their members to make any sort of play was, well, Dry Bones, who managed to get a single, but no one else was able to help at all. We're going to the bottom of the second with a tied score line, and, well, some solid item interference. Quick draw from the Monarchs will stop the potential double play from Koopa. Now it's Blue Toad up.
Is our official scorer going to have to track a new stat? Bases lost on error?
Well, the only thing the official scorer will have to worry about is Blue Toad netting himself a single with a solid hit up the first baseline, allowing Dark Bones to reach scoring position on third. And now we have another captain versus captain as Birdo has to find her way past Peach, and Peach will barely dodge Koopa to guarantee a single and another RBI for the Monarchs as they'll take the lead in this game.
And this is the power of this Monarchs lineup. Incredibly good both at the long and short games of baseball. We are now starting to see some of those Birdo star pitches. Good for getting strikes, not great for getting outs unless it's the third one, as Toadsworth slaps it up into that vulnerable spot for a single.
We know how this at-bat is ending. Bases loaded, PD Piranha. Oh no, a star hit.
Star hit, but not a home run. Oh, a bobble by... Oh, right. Star hits cannot be caught super easily by the fielders. Statler, the only one trying to even field that ball. The right field for the Bows, just watching from a distance. Shy Guy's like, I got hit by that train last time. I'm not going for this one.
Well, it wasn't how we were expecting, I admit, that to end, but 2 runs for PD Piranha, and he'll look happy at that base. The ball caught by the Piranha Plant.
Toadsworth uncertain where to go. Keeps shuffling between third and home. Will eventually decide to go home. Give PD Piranha third base. But it looked like an uncertainty for a while there.
Technically, if Blue Shy Guy caught that ball, I think it would have counted as an out. So
I think so. Would have forced him to run back to third.
And the woes continue for the Bows as a solid hit from Magikoopa would have been a single and kept PD Piranha at third due to concerns with those short legs, and started due to shell interference, resulted in a single and a run. And Birdo was pulled off the mound in the second. It's 1-6, and I'm not sure that 3 and 32 was a fluke.
A
high hit, and with no chemistry in the outfield, no chances for it. Firebro will net a 3-run homer. The first home, no, not the first homer for the Monarchs. And they'll
what I must assume will be many, as the Bows' new look, re-randomized out there, still has not provided them with much outfield chemistry, and Yellow Magikoopa immediately leaving the mound. We will now see star player King Boo take the mound and get an out, as Dark Bones sends it right over to right field, where Blue Shy Guy is able to move there in time. Good speed off King Boo's pitches. And we are starting to see some better pitching here. King Boo, a notable strong pitcher, starring him, I don't think is a bad choice for the Bows to have randomly made. It certainly worked out at least a little for them on offense, contributing to the 1 point they have so far in this game. Let's see if Birdo and King Boo can work together to make it more. Birdo will not be participating, actually. Toadsworth beginning to tire in the 3rd inning. Pretty good for him. We will likely be seeing him sent to right field once it's all said and done. A reeled in catch by Firebro. Might have been a single, but instead it's just another sign of why the Monarchs infield is so frustrating to deal with for offensive-based teams.
Peach finally brought up onto the mound, but not much worry for the Monarchs in the outfield as, well, Toadsworth might not have the legs. It'll make the right side weaker for the Monarchs, but hey, chemistry is chemistry. Not that it matters much when a solid hit by Yellow Yoshi to center right will at least allow him a single. Trend from the Bows, at least there's 1 single every inning, and that's about all they get, as the pop from Blue Shy Guy is caught by Firebro, and that'll end the top of the 3rd for them. Monarchs opportunity again at the plate. Blue Toad will try to get something going on their side, or at least in this inning, but no. Hits to the Blue Shy Guy, and, well, that's the first out for the Monarchs. Peach now. Not the strongest batter, and not the strongest batter. She'll ground out to the first baseman, Yellow Yoshi, proving, hey, first base isn't a position you can sleep on.
And we are immediately seeing some better defensive play from the Bows now with their 3rd pitcher on the mound. Once again, their star player, King Boo. Does let up a single to Toadsworth. Gonna see a high fly by PD Piranha, but with no item support and nowhere in the field that could mess with this. That will be an easy catch by Statler. And will bring the Bows up to bat again with their first scoreless inning of the game. And give me a moment to check something here, Willie. Give me a moment.
Are you checking
their
with
first
the
scoreless inning of the game and their 2nd in the series. Their prior was also the 3rd inning in their previous game against the Bows, or against the Monarchs. And now a solo shot attempt by Statler is stopped by the Toad chemistry in the outfield.
Credit to Toadsworth for still having the back necessary at his age to pitch Toadette up like that. But it'll be 2 outs against the Bows in this top of the 4th, and Magic Koopa, well, he'll find success. A hit to shallow right will net a single. But, well, we've seen a single happen for the Bows time and time again, and we've seen the next batter up result in some trouble for them. Dry Bones slaps it straight into Firebro's arms, and that results in the out for the inning. Change sides. Another scoreless for the Bows. Their only run so far was that solo shot by King Boo. Now they've got to try to stop the Monarchs from extending this 8-run lead.
A missed hop by Yellow Magic Koopa will allow a Boomerang Bro to run to first, bringing Magic Koopa up to bat. That's another slap, and a double play turned by Yellow Magic Koopa to Yellow Yoshi.
But Fire Bro, reminding everybody that there's still hitters on this team. I don't think any defense in the league, to be fair, could have called that one. That's a solo shot straight up the middle of the park.
Probably the most difficult to catch, even with chemistry in the outfield. because that one runner has to make up all that distance. The center fielder can't do any of that work themselves. They've just got to stand in place and wait for their left or right fielder to run to them. A near thing, Statler almost able to make the throw to first in time, but that single from Dark Bones will chase King Boo off the mound, and now Koopa up to the mound, not known for his pitching prowess, going to see if he can do anything.
This is
with
such
some
a weird
support
game.
from defensive standout Yellow Yoshi, will hold the Monarchs to only 1 point in the inning.
Yellow Yoshi on first base, putting in more work than I think almost any Yoshi has in this league. And, well, the result, the Bows get a turn, and they'll get their single for the inning quickly as Blue Drybones will knock it out to left field. Birdo with an opportunity, a shot, but no interference will result in an easy catch from Toadsworth and Toadette to stop that opportunity. Lots of chances from the Bows, but, well, lots of defense from the Monarchs.
I wish I had some solid statistics for you, but I do not yet, Willie. The official scorer being derelict in her duty right now.
The official score has stuff going on, but it's King Boo who will knock home a 2-run shot for his second home run of the game. Once again, just a little bit too high for the defense to catch. What a shot, what an offensive play from King Boo, and it's the defensive player of the game for the Bows, Yellow Yoshi, who's got a chance to keep this rally going.
Yes, indeed, Willie. We are seeing some pretty good offense from King Boo. Already having tied the number of points the Bows scored in their previous game against the Monarchs, and much earlier in this game, the Bows are showing more signs of life than they were previously.
That was almost scary.
An excellent deep hit by Gray Shy Guy.
Blue Shy Guy.
Gray Shy Guy? Yeah.
Blue Shy Guy. And
Blue Shy Guy.
Koopa will follow it up. It's the possibility for a 2-out rally by the Bows if they're able to keep this going after King Boo energizes the team. Statler, though, will need some interference. No! The cow block barely doesn't make it in time. And the 2-run homer will be all that the Bows are able to produce. The Monarchs will take their turn at the bat once again. Now, again, not the strongest section of their lineup here, but a couple misplays, a couple lack of outs from the Bows could easily turn that situation into a nightmare. And Blue Toad starts trying to do exactly that with a single.
And I must apologize again to Blue Shy Guy. I don't know why it is. Every time I see Gray Shy Guy for the first time in a day, I go, that's Gray Shy Guy. Every time I see Blue Shy Guy for the first time in the day, I go, is that Gray Shy Guy?
Well, what I'll be able to tell you is that that was a double play from Statler after a lob from Peach to center field. This time Statler fires that cannon of an arm straight to first base quickly. That's why chemistry with the infield can be really important. And
Statler has some excellent chemistry on this very Yellow Bows team. Unfortunately, Yellow Magic Koopa doesn't have a great batting arm. Is going to just slap it out to the Boomerang Bro at second base.
Drybones, though, will take this opportunity, and interference from the Piranha Plant should let him get to second. No, he'll stay put. No, I think that was a fine play from him. Now Blue Drybones, the chance to copy Gray Drybones, but he'll choose to charge it up, hit it deep. I hear that train coming, but it won't make it nearly in time. As instead, it's an out, but good news for the Bows. They're tiring Peach in the top of the 6th. Can
They'll
Birdo
still
knock her off the mound?
They'll still have a Magic Koopa to get through in terms of good pitching, but we're going to see another home run, this time by Captain Birdo. The Toad outfield unable to make that buddy jump in time, just watches it go sailing. I'm not sure why they didn't go for it. They were both there.
That was
that
not
will
too high.
chase Peach off the mound.
What
It's a 5-10 game.
And the Monarchs don't have... Like, look, we love to look at the Magic Koopas. We love their results in spring training, but they do not have the stamina to be solid relief pitchers for 5 innings after Peach, of all players, is knocked off the mound in only the top of the 6th. King Boo will take advantage for a single, but Boomerang Bro will shut it down.
Uncharacteristic low stamina from Peach, known for going the distance time after time. I guess it's starting to wear on her in this regular season. Now it's Koopa back up on the mound again after that last out from the Bows. Petey Piranha immediately turning that into a closer single than you might have expected.
Well, we are in the most dangerous possible section of the Monarchs lineup. We expect them to add on runs here. If Boomerang Bro hits that charge shot, but no, he'll opt for a slap. Shy Guy makes it there in time for the catch.
Not able to attempt the double play after that fire support does burn him. I think Petey might have made it back anyway. We'll never know, but it is a good catch or the first out of the inning.
Okay, runner on first, runner on second. Hot shot batter Fire Bro with a good opportunity against relief pitcher Koopa. Hits it high, hits it far, hits it out of here.
Out.
That's a 3-run
About
homer.
what you would expect from a Fire Bro offensive outing.
You can't really blame Koopa. They are not meant to be facing, from the mound, a Fire Bro of that caliber. And a happy turtle will make a sad turtle, and a sad turtle will, well, force Dark Bones out, as Dark Bones will pop it to left field, and Blue Dry Bones is able to make the catch. We knew damage was coming from this section of the rotation. Oh, but a bad throw from King Boo. That's a danger of chemistry as well. Good chemistry. Statler in the outfield with Yellow Yoshi can result in a fire throw. But bad chemistry, King Boo just remembers that time that Yellow Yoshi didn't bring anything to his dinner party. And a wild throw could have resulted in some trouble there. Thankfully, Yellow Yoshi is able to clean it up and get the out anyway, and, well, end the inning. And Magic Koopa...
Credit to the Bows for only letting up 3 runs against the strongest part of the Monarchs lineup. We're going to see a bunt attempt from Statler, going to miss, but batters never stop bunting once they decide to commit to it in this league. And another ball.
Walk
Statler
Statler.
might be intimidating Yellow Magic Koopa. Will we see the fire fired? No. Rare bit of item support for the Bows that they just choose not to use, instead only letting Koopa advance to second off that bunt when they might have been able to get a full single.
Look, I am fully supportive of the bunt in Grand Slam Galaxy. I think that's a great way to advance batters into scoring position. But when the batter you're betting on to take advantage of that is Magic Koopa, well, doesn't result in anything for the Bow. No, what it will result, though, in is Blue Toad, where they, let's be honest, a scary shot, but that hit to outfield will be caught easily by Statler.
Given that the bunting batter was Statler, one of the Bows' better batting performers, what just happened?
It was just out of range of Yellow Magic Koopa, and he was like, Blue Dry Bones will be able to, Blue Shy Guy will be able to get it quicker.
That makes a little more sense. And a magic catch by Magic Koopa will turn a double play to shut down the Monarchs offense and take another scoreless inning against them. This is the team that went 3-32 against the Monarchs just last game, a 29-run difference. Now they're 5-13. It's still losing, but it's a significantly better game from the Bows. I do think that with a little bit better randomization from them, they might be able to be a real threat in this game. Drybones showing he's a real batting threat, running right up to second off a deep hit with a little piranha interference.
Equal performance from Blue Drybones will allow a run. That hit up to center, well, it won't let Drybones run home, but it will confuse the commentators. As we now have a Drybones on third base and Blue Drybones on first base, and Birdo at the bat. Well,
now this is very scary. Birdo, one of the two batters in this game to hit one of the 3 home runs, is going to get another deep hit, but it will curve foul fairly early.
I would love to see a star hit from her, but no. She'll hit it straight into the waiting glove of Firebro, and, well, while that glove is magnetic, it sure is slow, and it won't let him turn the double play. We still have runners on the corner as equal threat. King Boo knocks it straight out, and the bounce from the train confuses her and lets both Drybones on the bases make it all the way home. That's 2 RBIs off of King Boo's bat, as Toadette was not ready for the ball to bounce that way. What a solid hit. It seem
like Blue Toad was really able to get his glove on it. Instead, just sending it back towards Toadette. That will chase Yellow Magic Koopa, or not Yellow, just regular Magic Koopa. There's so many players with the same last name in this game, Willie.
Well,
Petey Piranha, the third reliever for the Monarchs in this game, will get a quick double play off his first pitch, with that Bros infield once again showing their stuff.
And immediately after getting the pitcher position, he's finally like, you know what, I forgot, I'm an offensive player too, and will knock a solid homer from a shot out to left field to start off this inning for the Monarchs. And, well, the Bows made it interesting, but now the Monarchs in the bottom of the 8th are able to make it non-competitive, as they're still in the dangerous part of their lineup with a 7-run lead and 0 outs. Boomerang Bro will knock a line drive to surprise defensive player Yellow Yoshi, who's able to catch that and turn the out. Now Magic Koopa, not known for a lot of power.
Ooh, and the Boo interfering with the Boo to prevent that second out from coming in.
Firebro against a tired, what's beyond tertiary pitcher of Koopa, will hit it high. This is inside the park, but oh, barely makes it.
Face first into that train, getting up and running again in order to get that out. Excellent persistence from that Bow's outfield to make sure that Firebro doesn't put on the kind of damage we know he can make.
I'm sure
now it's just going to be a good hit with good ball placement from Dark Bones to get another single. Koopa starting to tire, but still determined to stay on the mound. Toadette's going to curve it foul.
This might be the last batter for the Monarchs if the Bows aren't able to bring it back, and it will be. Well, 7 runs. You got 7 runs to make up, Bows, and you got 1 shot to do it. They're not in the strongest part of their lineup, but if they can make it somehow back to Birdo and King Boo, well, you never know. Blue Shy Guy, though, will make sure that we do know what's happening, collapses that wave function, and grounds out to Firebro at the shortstop position. Koopa now needs to get on base for the Bows to have a real chance at a rally here. Chooses to do a little bit more than that and knocks it high out to center.
Time it will not.
Pop out for Koopa. 2 outs and 7 runs to make up for the Bows. Statler, you're the last batter. Well, you might be. You will be. Knocks it straight to Boomerang Bro, and despite the slow turn of the play, will turn the play. 3 up, 3 out ends this game for the Bows, and they will lose it 7-14 against the Monarchs.
I still want to give them credit for this game. A 7-14 game after a 3-32 game would be very rough normally, but it's an impressive turnaround when it's done against the same team. They did a much better job in this game, and I know that if they tighten their lineup up, their field positioning up just that bit more, I think they could be a real threat in this league. Instead, the Monarchs will join the Musicians at 2-2 on the season, and the Bows will move to 1-3 alongside the Spitballs.
Monarchs are 3-1.
Monarchs are 3-1?
Yeah.
My mistake. I keep forgetting that their loss to the Monsters was only in the preseason, even though that was something I emphasized before this game. I think I need to get some more energy on board, and my lunch just arrived, so I'm afraid I must leave you alone for this next cast, Willie.
That's alright. Thank you for your time, Silver Lily, and I'll see you in the 4th game probably. I hope so.
Almost certainly.
Alright. See you later. Now, for us in Grand Slam Galaxy, we have an amazing, hopefully, last 2 games to go through in Playday number 4. First game we're going to see with solo commentary, we're going to head over to Mario Stadium Night as the Rookies take on the Fireeggs in their second game of their series. Last game, the Rookies versus the Fireeggs played was on Daisy Cruiser, and despite the expectations from how much of a trouncing that stadium is allowed to give to offensive teams, well, it turned out defensive. The game ended 6-1, but the first score of that game didn't actually happen until the Rookies came back and scored 6 in the 5th inning, and that was the only scoring they got. The Fireeggs scored 1 run in the 8th, but basically it was a defensive shutout for both teams on what was supposed to be an offensive stadium. Now with a chance on a much more even stadium, we'll have to see if either of their offenses can really come alive. When it comes to offensive threats on the Rookies, we're looking at both the critters, Brown Critter and Green Critter, with good opportunities to be real offensive presences on this field. Cookie, as always, will be in the starting pitcher position. She's done an excellent job for the Rookies, really leading that defense. But the Jersey core, Mies, first base, pitcher, third base, left field, right field, synergy abounds on this team for every player, basically, besides the captain of Bowser Jr. Meanwhile, on the Fireeggs, a little bit of a slow start to the season for them, as they are also 1-2, and especially after losing unexpectedly in that defensive battle to the Rookies last game. Not that the loss was unexpected, but the way it happened was unexpected. They've got a lot more offensive pressure with King K. Rool on this team, but, well, he'll need the support around him to make it happen. Meanwhile, their own Yoshi's, Baby Luigi, Baby DK can try to lock down that defensive pressure on the outside, and Mario, as a pinch hitter in that third slot position, can produce some surprising offense for them. I've described this team as surprisingly offensive before, and we'll have to see if Mario and King K. Rool can really open up this scoreboard for the Fireeggs. We'll see what happens as we head straight into it. Rookies versus Fireeggs, their second game of the series, played on Mario Stadium Night. Pending, as always, player protests. I'm very excited to see this. I think that I'm growing on Mario Stadium as a field. I really like seeing exactly what teams are capable of, as much as I'm probably the biggest defender of Peach Ice Garden in this league. But, well, speaking of offense, immediately, does not produce anything as she grounds out to Pixis at second. Critter will have to see if he's able to, well, start this game off, and he'll hit it high out to right. There is chemistry, and that's what we expect from this team. Yoshi And Will Ferrell able to deny that one. Now, of course, the biggest problem that we've seen with the Fireeggs is when they have to go to secondary pitchers and that outfield chemistry is disrupted, what happens? And well, we see a sample of what could have happened there, but the chemistry stands strong for now. John Cena will ground out to second, and it's 3 up, 3 outs for the rookies, but I'm watching that possible high ball that could have been a home run and shows signs of what'll happen if the rookies, or if the Fireeggs aren't able to last defensively later in this match. Meanwhile, it's their chance to prove themselves on offense, as Yoshi will hit it out to left field, but be caught out by John Cena. Red Yoshi, the cousin, now, with his own opportunity to try to get something going. But Cookie is a surprisingly consistent pitcher for this rookie's defense, and I look forward to seeing what she can do. As again, the cousin mirrors the captain, as Red Yoshi hits it to left field for an out. And Mario, who we expect to be stronger on the bat, weak contact from him will result to him grounding it out at second base in an awkward position. And both teams, 3 up, 3 out. Not a single runner on base yet as we go into the top of the second. King K. Rool will need to last as long as he possibly can on this position. And finally, 6 batters later in total, we have a runner on base as Cookie is the first one to make it on. King K. Rool, though, says no thank you. I don't want any possibility of interference from Critter on this. He'll try to force an awkward hit with those star hits, but no. Solid contact from Critter resulted in another single, and a run on first, run on second with no outs. What we expected to be a defensive showcase, well, the rookies are saying, no, we've got the power to get through this lineup. And Brock, with a bear hit up the middle, barely not fielded by Pegasus at that second base position, and King K. Rool will already start to tire, which is not what the Fireeggs need right now. Green Shy Guy hits it to second base. Pegasus will allow the turn of that double play, but, well, it'll still result in Cookie being able to run home, and it'll result in King K. Rool being taken off the mound. But in fantastic news for the Fireeggs, it's Mario maintaining that outfield chemistry, but not having luck, as Bouncer finds the hole in the defense to get another RBI for the rookies. I don't think we've expected Mario to be the secondary pitcher before. I think he usually comes in third, but, well, I'm sure that Fireeggs fans will be happy to see him. Maybe a little bit less happy as, well, the offensive production from the rookies continues. Run on first, run on second, still 2 outs. And we'll need to navigate a delicate situation here if she doesn't want the inning to end. Watches the first 2, swings on the third, good contact, hits it straight up the middle. And a tricky play gives the Fireeggs an opportunity to catch Bouncer out, but no! Bouncer barely makes it back to that third base position, and what could have been a tricky play to result in the end of the inning instead results in loaded bases against the Fireeggs. Brown Critter starred, hits it high, hits it out of here, hits a grand slam. We didn't see it on Daisy Cruiser, but we will see it on Mario Stadium. The rookies open up this game with a statement and an early 6-run lead. Now, last time these 2 games played, the rookies had one amazing 6-run inning and then didn't produce for the rest of the game. That might be the first Grand Slam of Rook franchise history. I don't know. Grand Slams are not exactly popular in Grand Slam Galaxy, unless you're the Monarchs. Pegasus now with a chance to get things started for the Fireeggs will barely, place that ball right out of Brown Critter's reach for a single. What excellent placement from him, and Will Ferrell will have the chance to follow it up. not able to do so successfully as normal critter, barely manages to turn that double play. And what could have been a run on first and second vacay roll will be no support. They'll take the opportunity to at least get gunned out at first after amazing fielding from the rookies. And the Eggs' woes continue as they're not able to produce any runs. Now it is only 2 innings in, and Mario has a chance to come alive as a pitcher. He'll prove that he's able to do something as he forces a weak hit from Cookie right to Ash Ketchum at that shortstop position. They'll need to keep producing though. And hey, Critter isn't able to do much either, as in a mirror to last batter, the ball is hit right to second base and Pegasus jumps to make that catch. Brock, well, an almost a triple repeat of how that inning went, will hit it out to left center, not take the risk for the extra base with 2 outs, and a run on first and 2 outs for Green Shy Guy at the top of the 3rd. Solid hit, but that'll just mean it'll land solidly in Ash Ketchum's glove at shortstop. And no runs for the rookies in the 3rd inning. We're going to have to see whether or not that curse of the 1 inning of production still haunts them in this one. Meanwhile, the Fireeggs, well, they just want to start producing it all as a surprisingly great catch from Green Shy Guy. Wow. Will deny the first batter of the inning. Second batter of the inning, well, it's Baby DK. Not known for being great, the soft bat of that soft banana, but finds great placement there to net himself a single, and the Fireeggs will have a runner on. Baby Luigi now with a chance to keep this going and with item support. Knocks that ball perfectly out to left field. And that'll end up with the babies being the ones to really open up this game for the Fireeggs. Baby DK and Baby Luigi on base for Yoshi. Well, is the daycare open? Not quite, as Yoshi will hit it out to left field. And again, no luck for the Yoshis as John Cena loves to catch them out in left field. Let's watch Red Yoshi and see if that trend continues for the 4th chance for them. No, Red Yoshi will hit it up the middle, and it's a different big man. It's Critter catching him out and stopping the inning for the Fireeggs. This feels familiar. Top of the 4th now for the rookies. Bouncer will have to try to see if he's able to produce against Mario. And he will. A hit out to deep right will result in a good single. Bowser Jr. now, no support possible on this team for him. And that'll result in a quick hit to shortstop, resulting in the double play. Bases are cleaned up for the Fireeggs as Mario turning out to be a great pitcher for them. Oh, ho, ho! Will at least result in a single. So the rookies have something going in this inning, but with 2 outs left, well, with Brown Critter at the bat, if he's able to knock this one out of here. No, that's foul. Mario needs to navigate this delicately. 2 outs might be nice, but against a man of Brown Critter's caliber... Well, against a man of Brown Critter's caliber, he'll find the strikeout. And he'll deny the rookies that chance. Any situation where a Critter is up at the bat is a chance. And we have another scoreless inning. This feels so familiar. Now it's the Fireeggs' chance. They need to start producing at some point, and Mario will not be the one to start it off as he'll hit it straight into Ho's glove. Pegasus now has to start knocking Cookie off her rhythm, but, well, not able to make great contact so far. At least able to make contact at all, but Green Shy Guy will clean it up, and it's a ground out for Pegasus. 2 outs now for the Fireeggs. Will Ferrell with a chance. Has to start producing. But no, Cookie locking this game down. Well, a slow ball up the middle. But unfortunately for the Fireeggs, for the rookies, not able to be caught by Green Shy Guy as King K. is up at bat with a runner on and takes full advantage by hitting this one high. Will it be caught? Yes! Just not high enough to escape Brown Critter's glove. And another good opportunity for the Fireeggs, shut down by the rookies. They'll continue the shutout at least into the 5th as they keep their 6-0 lead. Now that the rookies had that great 6-run inning. Last game, they were able to produce after single after single after double after single, resulted in them rounding the batting order. But no, this time, they managed that same level of success off a grand slam. But, well, we'll see what it means for their season if they're not able to produce consistently. If it's only these flares of greatness that really get them going. And Mario is able to shut down their attempt in the 5th. 3 up, 3 out for the rookies. And Mario's doing a great job defensively for the Fireeggs. But they do have to produce. It's Ash Ketchum up at the plate against Cookie in the bottom of the 5th. Hits that one just above the head of Critter, who's not willing to make that play. Seemed like a solid catch if he jumped for it, but maybe wasn't expecting it to be so low. He was looking away. And it resulted in Ash Ketchum getting on base. Immediately, Critter turns that play back around for him and gets the double. Baby Luigi, the last chance for the Fireeggs in this inning. Has to try to counterbalance his weight against that bat. And will hit the soft pitch from Cookie to net a single. Well, Yoshi's going to have to try to avoid John Cena's glove in left field if he really wants to start putting on pressure in this game. And will do so successfully. A hit up the center. It's not a safe position for the Fireeggs. They've got 2 outs so far. But if Red Yoshi can navigate this situation, runner on first, runner on second. Oh! No! Green Critter makes the diving play. And once again, the Fireeggs are only able to set up their position, well, with 2 outs. And unfortunately, that 2-out wait drags them to the bottom as they're not able to actually score any runs in this inning again. Mario, though, continuing to be a standout pitcher for this squad. He'll force a quick out from the first batter. Green Shy Guy second, hits it to center field, and Yoshi in that outfield is able to make the catch. Will it be 3 up, 3 out for the rookies once again? Bouncer will try to make sure that isn't the case, but will fail pretty convincingly as he grounds out to Pegasus. This is a fast game here. The Fireeggs, they have to start producing at some point, though. Last game on Daisy Cruiser, they weren't able to score until the 8th. Now Mario is going to try to make sure that happens in the 6th. As he'll start this inning off with a solid, what would have been a single, but good boo usage, lets Mario sneak to scoring position on second base. Pegasus now, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, unthreatened even by the chance of a double play. Oh! I was scared. I was really scared there. I thought I cursed it, but no, Critter isn't able to turn that ball fast enough to catch Mario out. Babe. He will at least get the first out for the inning. Now it's Will Ferrell's job to try to bring Mario closer to home. Cookie doing an amazing standout job at this pitching position, but no, Will Ferrell will thread that gap. And in the most danger they've been in all game, K. Rool steps to the plate, runners on the corners, He doesn't need a home run. He just needs a good hit, and he does favor those star hits. Will charge it up, though. Knocks it out to far right center. That'll result in Mario making it home. And despite the attempt for Brown Critter, Will Ferrell will make it all the way from first to third. And the Fireeggs start their offense here in inning number 6. Is it 6 or 7? Inning number 6. Runners on the corners still for Ash Ketchum. Opportunities abound here if the young man can capitalize. Another good hit up the center will drive another run home for the Fireeggs. They won't have a runner on third base here, but they will have another run on the scoreboard as they score 2. Cookie now, not starting to feel it. The vibes are off for her. Run on first, run on second, only 1 out for Baby DK. He's not able to sneak it past Critter, who will gun him out at first. But again, it's not a double play, it's 1 out. Baby Luigi needs to try to keep this one going for the Fireeggs. Run on second, run on third. If he can just net a good single, and he'll get good contact to sneak it past Critter. The shell interference stuns John Cena long enough, and Baby Luigi turns a 2 RBI single. The Fireeggs come alive in the second half of this game. And finally, Cookie taken off the mound after an amazing pitching performance for the star pitcher himself, Bowser Jr., captain of this team, to try to make something happen here. And make something happen he will. The ground out from Yoshi to Green Shy Guy at second will end that inning for the Fireeggs. Now, despite amazing production from them, despite a stellar run, they're still behind by 2. And the rookies will have to see if they can copy the Fireeggs and open up their offense if they want to extend their lead and feel any measure of safety here. Bowser Jr. does manage a single, and it's up at bat now, but she'll hit it straight to shortstop. Ash Ketchum will at least be able to catch that, and he'll turn the double play to clear the bases for the Fireeggs. Brown Critter, who made a statement earlier in this game, we'll have to see if he's able to do much now. Hits it far out to left. Yoshi gets there in time, and I don't think, okay, believe it or not, I think it was important that Baby Luigi was the one who was making that catch. Most players in the league would not be able to make that catch, but Baby Luigi with, let me double check here. Baby Luigi, show me Baby Luigi. I want to make sure that he has the super jump ability before I say anything. Baby Luigi. Yes, Baby Luigi with the super jump fielding ability is one of the few fielders who would have been able to make that catch and keep the Fireeggs in this game. Red Yoshi will manage to get a base with a single. Mario now has to get his way past the captain, but Bowser Jr. does not want to make it easy for him. Mario will find that and get himself his own single. Run on first, run on second, and the rookies starting to be in a little bit of danger here. No outs, 2 runners on. Pegasus with a great opportunity to keep this back half of the game hot for the Fireeggs. Has to sneak his way past a streaky pitch. 2 strikes. But he knocks that ball straight into the waiting hands of Critter to turn the double play. Well, cold comfort from the Fireeggs. Runner on third is not nothing. But with 2 outs, it's not exactly a safe situation. But Will Ferrell will make the best of it. Knocks that single to bring Red Yoshi home. The late rally from the Fireeggs. Consistency is key in Grand Slam Galaxy, and well, they've been managing to be a little bit more consistent 6th and 7th inning. And K. Rool, oh, he'll knock that inside the park with no item support. It'll be an easy catch. we expected more offensive production from K-Rool going into this season, but he has not put up the numbers he needs to for the Fireeggs. Is it a lack of support from items from him? Is he just not able to produce the numbers he was in the Winter CPU Classic? We're not sure, but in any case, it's the rookies now who will have their chance to try to get back on this scoreboard, as their lead is only 1. Cookie wants to sacrifice herself to elevate John Cena to scoring position, and will do exactly that. She bunts, she's knocked out at first, but John Cena successfully makes it to second. Critter now. Well, there's a runner in scoring position, and that line drive will be caught out by Baby Luigi. John Cena does not take advantage of it, probably wisely, to be honest. It wasn't that big of an opportunity. And it's 2 outs now against the rookies. Brock hits it right to right field, and once again, they are not able to produce. And the Fireeggs keep them scoreless through 6 total innings. Meanwhile, their offense has come alive. They've reduced this to a 1-run game, and it's Ash Ketchum to try to keep that pressure going. Immediate use of the star pitch from Bowser Jr. I don't love it, but it results in a strike, forcing Ash Ketchum to try to swing on this one. Well, he's forced to swing well and good into center field. Ooh! And the rookies just barely managed to get their gloves on that one to deny the tying run off the bat of Ash Ketchum. Solid play. Now it's Baby DK up. Bowser Jr. is starting to tire, so if the Fireeggs can knock this guy out and start disrupting maybe that outfield chemistry, well, Baby DK will make the most of it. Not exactly an item-assisted single, but a single nonetheless. He would have made it to first base with or without that power block. But it'll wipe the smug grin off of Oh-ho-ho's face. Baby Luigi able to keep up that consistency with a single up the middle. You gotta wonder if Bowser Jr. will be allowed to face the Captain Yoshi. He will. Captain versus Captain in a dangerous position. Solid contact from Yoshi will just go foul. Bowser Jr. wants to make this as hard as possible with a star pitch, but Yoshi sees through it. But it doesn't matter as Green Shy Guy makes the diving catch and stops the Fireeggs from tying this game. We are going into the last inning with a 1-run difference. The rookies will have to see if they can extend this lead at all. They haven't been able to produce besides that admittedly amazing second inning. But no. Ash Ketchum immediately turns Green Shy Guy away at the door. That's 1 out. Bouncer hits it straight to first base. Red Yoshi feels that. That's 2 outs. Bowser Jr., the last chance for his team to make a mark. Well, he won't swing at the first one. He'll swing at the second, and he'll get on base. A good hit to center right for the captain. Now it's back to the top of the order. Oh, ho, ho. We'll have to see if she's able to allow Blound Critter to reach home plate. To reach the batting box, excuse me. Don't want to imply the wrong thing there. And she will. With a solid hit up the center. Blound Critter, the man of danger himself. Run on first, run on second. Hits that ball high. But since chemistry has been maintained... yes! The Captain Yoshi is able to make the catch. And the rookies are denied for 7 straight innings. Now it's up to the Fire Bros. Can they turn this around? Bowser Jr. will finally be taken off the mound for Green Critter. That means that the outfield chemistry is intact as he's in that shortstop position. But Red Yoshi is able to do what he hasn't had a lot of luck doing this whole game. And with a Boo assisted... Oh no, he's going for third! He's making it to third! The tying run is on third base with 0 outs in the inning. And Mario, who's been the standout this whole game, locking down that pitcher for the Fireeggs. Oh my god, sneaks it past Brown Critter, and the game is officially tied. If anyone can score this game for the Fireeggs, it's Mario, and he deserves it. After all that pitching performance, but the rest of the team has to let him get there. Pegasus will knock it out to right field. That'll let Mario reach second. Still 0 outs. Will Ferrell with a chance to close the game with a walk-off if he's able to bring Mario home. Sorry, walk-offs only apply to home runs, don't they? But no! Will Ferrell! Bowser Jr. turns the double play off of Will Ferrell's weak hit to shortstop. The winning run is on third base, and it's up to the man placed on photo watch, King K. Rool, to clutch this game, and he will. Mario reaches home. The Fireeggs, with an amazing comeback, steal this game from the rookies. And as close as it could have been, with 2 outs in the 9th inning, the Fireeggs seal this game and seal their second win in Grand Slam Galaxy. Wait, why Baby Luigi? Why Baby? Where the hell is Mario? Why is everyone getting snubbed today? At least let King K. Rool have it for that winning home run, but no. Alright.
I just want to say having King K. Rool as the last batter kind of cinched that win, definitely with Mario on third. Very proud of my players. Very proud of the comeback they made in that 6th inning. It was a shoo-in.
Thank you. A statement from the coach, from the Fireeggs, and about his pride in this team as they manage an amazing comeback against the rookies. And despite Brown Critter's attempt to seal that game early with a grand slam, of all players, Baby Luigi leads his team to a come-from-behind victory here on Playday number 4. Wild game. Give me 1 second to blow my nose. I'll be right back. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, real proud of my real proud of my players in your role, especially with that clutch come in. Especially Green, Yoshi, Baby Luigi, and I think Will Ferrell go on the MVPs for today.
If there's one criticism I've had of the Fireeggs as a team, it's been, despite all the strength I think they've had, I've always thought they had, they were not able to produce offensively. Finally, when they need it most, they're able to prove, no, we're able to not just round those bases, we're able to run around them. What a game.
I was real worried some of my players had a kind of low run points, but they really came in clutch for this. Very proud.
Now, Coach, as you managed to take this game away, what are your opinions about Baby Luigi and his MVP performance?
I gotta say, kind of came out of left field for us. We were not expecting Baby Luigi. Honestly, when I put the team together, I was not expecting the babies to really have such a prominent place on the team. But Baby Luigi really showing me up on this.
Well, thank you for your time, Coach. We are now ready to move to our closing game of Playday number 4 in what is sure to be a delight. The undefeated Monsters have to travel to Flowers territory as they will face down in Wario City. Let's go over these teams real quick as we let the players get all set up and ready to play. For the Monsters, well, they're 3-0, but don't let that fool you. Of their 3 games, let's go over it. Their last game against the Flowers was an 8-7 victory with a bare knuckle brawl on Daisy Cruiser. You would not expect a team with this offensive reputation to win by a single run, and for that run production to only be 8 on Daisy Cruiser. Despite that, with help from new defensive coordinator Goomba, they were able to lock down this game, that game. The Flowers, on the other hand, have always been praised. They've really taken after the spirit of the eggs from the CPU Classic and become known as one of the defensive powerhouses of the league. Daisy, amazing in that pitching position to start off, and, well, the team invested in her with that star point. Meanwhile, her younger self, Baby Daisy, in the outfield, is able to make sure that with those Yoshis, no ball goes unturned with the unmatched speed that they've got. In terms of power, Critter and Blue Pianta have been able to round out that well for them. And surprise player Tyler 1 at first base has notched MVP performance after MVP performance for the team, with his bat turning hot whenever they need it. Meanwhile, on the Monsters, we mentioned they barely held on to their perfect record last week against the Flowers. They're going to have to see if they can do it again on Wario City. Boo, as always, that star pitcher position will start them off, and we'll see whether or not their defensive outfield with Elric, Red Toad, and Thermite are able to stop any advances from the power hitters on the Flowers offense. To close out Playday number 4 here in Grand Slam Galaxy. Hello?
Hello. I have returned from lunchtime, and what an excellent game we saw while I was away.
Welcome back. We're ready to see what the Flowers and Monsters can produce in our last game of Playday number 4. Oh, there we go. The resolution remembered that it had to exist. Wario City is an odd stadium. Though those arrows in the outfield meant to redirect traffic from people who are too busy looking at their cell phones to drive, can often cause interference with the ball. We'll have to see which of the teams are able to take advantage of that and which of the teams are able to lock down their defensive cores, as Boo starts off this game with a single for the Monsters.
I have a feeling this stadium might hurt the Flowers a little bit more than they might want. If anything gets out to the outfield, it's their infield that really shines. If anything gets out to their outfield, there's going to be even more trouble. As those arrows redirect balls they might have otherwise gotten their hands on. But we will have to see. Monsters, as you were mentioning, a very, very scary offensive team. This is a stadium with, I believe, a little bit smaller dimensions.
I'm not sure. I think it's around standard. I also have to give credit. I mean, the Flowers do have the faster outfield compared to the Monsters, with those Yoshis in left and right outfield. But, well, you spoke highly of the infield, and Blue Critter, who earlier in this inning turned the double play, will turn the third out, catching it off of Red Koopa's bat to deny the Monsters any action in their first attempt.
You are correct. That the Flowers do have a good outfield with those two Yoshis and Baby Daisy in the back.
It's foul.
Captain Daisy going to hit it foul.
I'm not sure we've ever seen a foul pop-out, actually, in Grand Slam Galaxy. But, well, we will see Daisy hit it straight into Elric's glove in left field for the first out against the Flowers.
I suppose which team the stadium affects most will depend on where they can hit the balls. A lot of teams like to hit up towards that center. It's usually pretty open. If you don't hit it too far, you can hit it right between the very dangerous positions of shortstop and second base. But there are no arrows out there. So batters may want to be trying to hit a little more left of center. Or even deep left or right of center or deep right.
Well,
in this case, it doesn't work out for Critter. Hits it a little too far and a little too left, not finding any arrows. Instead, just Edward Elric's glove. As we're seeing a steal attempt from Luigi, cut short. Tyler One saying, "You don't get to take the spotlight. I'm hitting it out to Bowser."
Let's make sure that Bowser gets his credit, obviously. One of the more looked-over players in Grand Slam Galaxy.
Oh, yes, we never talk about Bowser as a player. Never. Never as a batter, never as a pitcher. So we got to make sure he gets his fielding credit, you know?
Well, at least the defensive teams, well, start this game off defensive. Pop fly out to Pink Yoshi for the first out. Red Pianta will at least get on base with a hit to center field, but we still expect harder hits from him. Red Toad now. He's going to have to start applying more pressure for the monsters, or at least try to avoid the double play if he hits it into the waiting gloves of Pianta or Critter. He'll dodge those successfully.
Some good positioning by Blue Yoshi, right in the spot where the arrow redirects it. Able to grab it immediately and prevent a longer runaround that might have given up more bases.
Thermite hits the ball too hard, straight to Baby Daisy in the outfield, and after Red Critter murders a child, he'll have to deal with 2 outs. Runner on first and second, pops it up high. Pink Yoshi has to make it in time for that catch, but Baby Daisy, with that super jump ability, locks down the defense. And no runs yet for either team as the Flowers successfully shut down the monsters. Heading into the bottom of the second.
And we are going to head into a solid part of the Flowers lineup, starting with Blue Pianta, a long-time standout offensive player, previously for the Musicians, back when they were still officially known as the Wild. Even with some banana support, isn't going to be able to make much off that weak hit over to Koopa, Red Koopa specifically. And now we see newer pickup Streamer Soda Poppins. Hitting it out to center, but maybe a bit too far, right to the Red Toad waiting in the wings. Teams sure do love to make any commentary I say about them immediately wrong, as Blue Yoshi does hit a single out to left center.
Well, it'll be a statement from the Flowers if they're able to turn 2 outs and no runners on into the first run of this game, which they won't. No, Baby Daisy will hit the ball to shortstop, and Red Pianta will turn it over to Red Koopa for a quick out at second base, and we have no runs still going into the third. You know what? I don't know who's going to score, but I feel like one of the teams is going to make it big this inning. I'm just calling that shot.
All right, you're calling score this inning.
Score this inning. I believe in it. As Boo will continue his consistency and knock a solid hit up the middle to get onto first base. He's barely able to manage to sneak onto second as Blue Critter isn't able to turn that ball fast enough. And, well, Red Magic Koopa grounds out. Now it's Bowser. With a star hit.
Star hit. Scattering fire that actually ultimately is not going to make a difference. But it will still be just a regular single.
It at least guarantees that dangerous infield, Blue Pianta, isn't able to feel that hit, as it was a low ground ball that was just a line drive out to left field. Runners on the corner for Koopa, and he'll take advantage.
And looks like you were right, Willie, as that one hit will, as the I'm sorry, I've completely lost my ability to speak for a moment here.
No, it's okay. Let me reset the commentator. Okay, there you go.
The Monsters are able to find a small ball rally that will turn into at least one run in the inning. Let's see if they can get any more off of this, as fire from Edward Elric, Roy Mustang showing up to support him in the crowd today.
My girl.
Gets a single.
Well, Daisy wants this inning to be over more than anyone. Oh, the infield fly roll. Almost. Okay. Weird situation there for the infield fly off of a star pitch to also result in a fireball interference. But after all that weirdness, Red Toad takes advantage with a single, knocking it out to just right of center field. And the fireball interference will also allow Bowser and Red Koopa to make it home. And Daisy starts to tire after letting up 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning.
That's a very early tire for this star pitcher. Perhaps that's something we're actually seeing a lot today, now that I'm thinking about it. Peach also tired fairly quickly in her game.
We have to talk
Against
about
the
this
Foes.
replay.
Like,
The Daisy star pitch, which would have ended the inning, saved off of a green shell. Lucky item support from the Monsters. A Boo wouldn't have saved them. A Banana wouldn't have saved them. No, they get exactly what they need to keep their inning going and score a 4th run. But you are right. Star pitchers not able to put up much resistance so far in this Playday, as Daisy is taken off the mound for Luigi. And Red Critter, barely dodges Baby Daisy's glove, and this rally continues for the Monsters as a 5th run is dragged in.
Monsters showing the power of their offense here on Wario Stadium. Haven't even needed much support from the stadium itself. They're just doing it like they always do, with good batter after good batter after good batter, and it is finally good night to that inning. As Blue Critter takes the weak hit off of Boo and throws it over to first to end the inning after 5 runs of difficulty.
Well, speaking of star pitchers, it's Boo on the mound who the Flowers need to crack. Pink Yoshi, though, won't have much luck as they'll ground out to the second base position immediately. Daisy, the captain, going to try to see if she can get this offense rolling. But no. Her attempt is fielded by Red Pianta at shortstop for the 2nd out. And after a devastating inning from the Monsters, the Flowers are at risk of going 3 up, 3 out. No, Luigi manages that single. They'll keep it going.
Boo still pitching strong for the Monsters. Their star pitcher still doing well in this particular game, with plenty of help from the Monsters fielding, as a deep hit by Blue Critter is easily caught by Thermite well before the bomb went off. To end the inning with only 4 batters up and only 1 base reached for the Flowers.
Well, comfort to them, as starting at the top of the 4th, Red Branch Koopa immediately grounds out with a weak hit to Blue Pianta. Bowser, though, with a line draw. Oh, wait, is that out? No. Barely staying in the park. The difference between a home run and a single there, a matter of inches, but it's a single, which is a relief to the Flowers, of course. Red Koopa will hit it high out, but it's caught by Baby Daisy, which will keep Bowser honest on first base. Still,
Despite them trying to light a baby on fire.
they blew up a baby earlier in the game. She's fine. She's very tough. Since Daisy is on this team, we know Baby Daisy cannot die. And in an exact mirror to how last inning ended for the Monsters, an attempt at shell interference hits their own runner, and Blue Critter is able to field the ball anyway for a ground out at first base. But unfortunately for the Flowers, despite getting out of that batting order squeaky clean, they're not able to find progress on the offense until Blue Pianta hits it to right field barely for a single.
Yeah. A little bit of three-way fielding there. Thermite throwing to second base, and second base throwing to home, or rather to shortstop, who was at second. Who then threw to first and not home because I can't speak today.
That's fine. What did you have for lunch today?
Teriyaki.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thermite, not confident in his ability to throw over to first in time, did not have the chemistry, and that is what allowed Blue Pianta to reach first. Soda Poppins reached it just off a solid hit and an early hop by Red Pianta, making that particular player unable to make the catch. Red Koopa, determined to lock down the inning, though, makes the catch on Blue Yoshi's hit and turns it over to Red Pianta at second base for the double play.
Well, Luigi's done an admirable job shutting down the Monsters so far, but at the top of the fifth, the Red Pianta will immediately try to make their presence known with a single where they got a good hit up to center field. Red Toad now with a chance to advance that runner, basically standing on the plate, forcing a ball from Luigi, who's too nice to do a beanball. And another solid hit to center field will result in another solid single, will result in runners on first and second with no outs. Thermite with a good hit to deep right, and the power interference comes just in time to stop the fielding attempt from Pink Yoshi making it in, allowing Red Pianta to go from second all the way home, and the Monsters extend their lead to 6-0.
As we saw from last game, 6-0 is a very manageable comeback for many teams in this league. But before any talk of a comeback can happen, the Flowers have to stop the Monsters from extending it. A good buddy catch by Blue Yoshi will prevent that from being a 3-run home run. Instead, it's just a sacrifice fly. Red Toad runs home.
Luigi has to try to keep managing this Monsters offense, but no. Boo, the starting pitcher in the top of the lineup, manages another single. And we're back to runners on first and second, this time with 1 out. What can Red Magic Koopa produce? Well, Red Magic Koopa can produce a double play for the Flowers, as Pianta and Critter, those two key players in the shortstop and second base positions, cut the Monsters off the field. That was still a 7-0 lead for the Monsters. But the Flowers, well, they're going to have to start cutting that down at some point. Baby Daisy does a great job doing so now, with a solid single out to right field.
A little bit of interruption by the sewer system of Wario City. Thermite's going to want to clean up after that one, though the water did seem crystal clear. I gotta wonder if the plumbing's actually hooked up here. That was a manhole, Willie.
That was a manhole. Maybe it's a storm drain. In any case,
Yeah.
Pink Yoshi will let it straight to Red Pianta, be caught out on the fly, and Red Pianta will turn that double play. But the captain, not Baby Daisy, normal Daisy, is like, enough is enough. Someone has to get this offense going for my team. Someone has to score the first homer of the game. And off of lightning speed from that ball, she'll turn the first run for the Flowers.
And an excellent run it was. Hopefully going to get them back in the game. Luigi inspired to do the same. We're going to see another buddy jump. This time they will make the catch. Luigi just barely unable to get a home run of his own. Keeps the run to only, or the lead to only 6 points. But that's still a 6-point difference you have to make up, and it's the Monsters up at bat again.
Bowser facing down Luigi. Got to be a little bit of doubt in that man's eyes after failing to capitalize on his hit last inning. But the ambiguous line drive from Bowser is caught out by Baby Daisy to at least secure the Flowers their first out of this inning. Confidence from that leads to an attempt at a star pitch from Luigi, and hey, it results in weak contact from Red Koopa and a quick out at shortstop.
Edward Elric now has to be the one to prevent this from being a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Monsters, but that's exactly what it will be as the hit goes out to Blue Critter at second base.
Well,
Scoops it in, takes the out, and is now up at bat.
I don't think Luigi was happy to have his home run shot caught by the Monsters, and a little bit of bravery that we see from the man as Blue Critter, inspired, tries to knock this one out of here, but no, Red Toad is barely able to make that catch and will deny it.
From Edward Elric, sprinting right over to Red Toad in order to make that very difficult direct center field buddy catch.
You're right, this might be mildly smaller than normal. At least it is in that center outfield. I would have to check. Sorry.
It might be standard dimensions, Willie. I think there might just be a number of stadiums that are a bit larger than this one. Tyler 1 hitting up center, just a little bit left for a single.
The Flowers have got to chase Boo off the mound at some point, and well, they do a good
Pianta's
job of it
gonna do
now.
the
Interference
same.
from the field. Tyler 1 is going home.
Yeah. You were all over that cast, Willie.
I'm sorry.
No. You were calling it out with the speed a play like that deserved. Arrow redirection completely screwing up the Monsters' fielding and allowing a runner to go from first to third. And that's what's finally going to get star pitcher Boo tired on the mound. Soda Poppins now hitting into a double play.
Yeah, you need quick commentary to catch a double play that happens that quickly, too. Well, the Flowers have at least started their offense. The last two innings have both resulted in 1 run for them. But, well, they need to shut down the Monsters and accelerate that pace if they don't want it to be too little too late. And Red Pianta determined to keep this one going with a single.
At this point, 1 run an inning is not going to do it, especially if you let up any more runs to the Monsters. Red Toad, Red Pianta, that Delfino Island duo. Able to get on base right away, set up for Thermite. See if he can bat them home.
Well, no.
Instead, he's batting right into a double play, only allowing Red Pianta to advance to third as Blue Critter turns it over to Blue Pianta and then over to Tyler 1 at first.
Now, Red Critter has done many home run attempts, but it's always been caught out. This time, the buddy jump comes in at the last possible moment. What a catch from Baby Daisy and Blue Yoshi to barely snag that ball. Admittedly, it was a little bit low, but still, what a play, as it's the outfield's time to shine as they're up in the batting order. And if the Flowers want to keep this consistent march onwards, well, the outfield is going to have to manage it. Blue Yoshi, the hero of last inning, now up at the bat. No, denied by Red Pianta at shortstop.
Red Pianta's happy about making that catch.
Baby Daisy's
Ooh,
going to be
still
happy
showing
about that
point.
hit.
Tiring. Arrow interference ultimately not doing a lot there. Baby Daisy would have made it to first anyway. Yellow Toad had a ways to run, just had to run a little bit in the other direction. Deep hit from Pink Yoshi is just gonna fall right into the glove of Edward Elric. Duh. And it's Captain Daisy up to bat once more. The first player to score for the Flowers in this game. Did it with a solo shot home run. Will we see something similar? Instead, it is a long hit out to right center field with some Boo assistance to turn it into a double. Runners on second and third for the Flowers with Luigi up to bat.
Well, he failed to capitalize after Daisy's home run last time, but he'll more than make up with it with that single, resulting in 2 RBI as Daisy and Baby Daisy back to back. How long did that play take? Make it home. And finally, Boo is taken off the mound. Just a great performance overall from him to make it this deep in the game, but Bowser's going to be brought in as the reliever, and the woes for the Flowers start over again as they'll have to make it through a fresh pitcher.
Bowser not quite the closer for this game, but may still close it out. As Blue Critter hits a slap right over to shortstop, Red Pianta grabbing the ball to close the inning for the Flowers. Boo off the mound, but up at bat for the Monsters.
Well, he'll result in a solid hit. A good single out to right field will start the Monsters offense good this inning. Sometimes it's just the best descriptor you've got. Red Magic Koopa, who's had some trouble this game, is able to follow it up with a single of his own. And that's a runner on first, a runner on second, no out so far in this inning for the Monsters as Bowser steps to the plate.
Very dangerous position for the Flowers. You know that that Bowser can hit these long balls, but in this case turns it right up to Blue Pianta with a beautiful jump and good defensive play by his infield partner Blue Critter to turn the double play there. Completely shut down what was looking like a very tough inning. Went from no outs, 2 runners on, Bowser up, to 3 outs, nobody in.
The Monsters have been shut down ever since inning 5. Excuse me. They've been having trouble. But now it's up to the Flowers. They need to get their offense going. 3 runs is not a very impossible number to score, but you got to start production. And after a quick hit out by Soda in the first attempt, and that was Tyler 1 in the first attempt, and Blue Pianta in the second attempt, they've got 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run deficit. Well,
Soda, attempting to start off a rally, gets a hit up the center for a single. Now it's Blue Yoshi's turn. Going to get another hit up the center for another single. Red Koopa missing the dive both times. Here's Baby Daisy. If they can survive Baby Daisy's time at bat, it'll be Pink Yoshi up next. Oh no! As Blue Yoshi takes the hit for Red Koopa. And Red Koopa lightly tosses it up to Red Pianta to get the out officially. Probably could have just turned around and put your glove down. Blue Yoshi was right there, took a bullet for you. And you still get him out at second.
Well, the Monsters will have to try to extend this lead as much as they can. 3 runs is nice. 3 runs is a lead. It's not very safe as Red Pianta tries to drill this one out of here, but the defense from the Flowers is more than enough to lock that one down. Wait, was that low res Baby Daisy for a second? Did I just miss something? Okay, 2 outs, no runners on. Doesn't seem like the Monsters are going to have much of an opportunity to score further here, but Red Toad wants to at least start something going, as he'll hit it out to right field for a single. Thermite now at the plate. The line
It's a long ball out
bobble!
center. Bobbled by Baby Daisy. That could have been the end of the inning. Instead, Red Toad's running home.
Oh no, right when we needed her most. Inexperience in the outfield results in a terrible play. And Red Toad goes from first to home off those fiery fast legs.
Luigi starting to tire on the mound in a dangerous situation for the Flowers. Red Critter up at bat.
But the line drive is caught out by Blue Critter. And a 4-run deficit now for the Flowers. Heading into the bottom of the 9th. One runner.
Starting with
One
the
batter.
last batter in their order, Pink Yoshi. Ooh, with a very soft hit up to Red Pianta. Now we go to the top of the order, and they've got to make it 4 runs with only 1 out to work with between them and defeat. To be clear, that means they have one out of safety. A nice deep hit by Daisy to put herself on base. This is what began their rally last time. Or actually, it was Baby Daisy that began it last time. Luigi up at bat, charging for this hit. Hits it. It's a fair ball, but that's going to be a double play. Turned by Red Critter to Red Koopa to Boo. Ending the game 8-4 as the Monsters advance to 4-0 in the season.
What a play for the Monsters, as on a standard field, a very standard field, they're able to navigate the Flowers defense. Now, admittedly, it was just one explosive inning, that 3rd inning of theirs, almost rhyming with the previous inning of the Rookies versus the Fireeggs. But they're able to keep on just enough offense and lock down their defense to secure that game. And in a move which I was not expecting and which we might never see again in Grand Slam Galaxy, it's Red Toad who gets the nod for MVP of this game.
And a good performance both at the bat and on the field for Red Toad, I think, does earn it for him. I don't think we can call that one a snub. He was just a consistent player throughout the game. Crucial on defense, great on offense. Well-deserved MVP.
A very good set of games here in Playday number 4 for Grand Slam Galaxy. What a wildly close... so many of those came down to near attempts in the last of the 4th inning. Well, I calculate the scores and tell you our current standings. Silver Lily, could you tell me what you think of Playday number 4?
Well, we saw the league stay competitive, that much is for certain. While a few teams are going to fall to that dreaded 1 and 3 spot on the season, that much was inevitable with a couple of 1 and 2 teams playing each other in 2 different series today. We have now seen some series go 1 and 1. Notably, Fireeggs versus the Rookies. What had been a dominating performance by the Rookies, the Fireeggs were able to turn around, close up, take over to keep that series 1 and 1 and keep their own chances alive. The Musicians and the Spitballs had another very close game, the first extra inning game of the league. Both this season, the preseason, and the CPU Classic never saw extra innings before that particular game. A very close one for those two teams. Even the Monsters getting held once again only to 8 runs, unusual for their output. Full credit to the Flowers defense, even if their offense wasn't quite able to make it happen once again today. It was a much closer game than that 4-0, a much closer series than that 0-2 record might suggest for the Flowers. I don't think there is a single team in this league we can call completely dominant. The Monsters are 4-0, but they have shown signs of weakness. The Monarchs gave up a game to the Flowers in the previous series. The Musicians, second place in the Galaxy League, are only 2-2, joined by newcomers the Rookies, as well as Yoshi's Fireeggs. Even the Bows had a much closer game today than they did in the previous game in the series.
Well, let's see what the results of all these games are right now. Leading the division, still undefeated, the Monsters are 4-0 with a run differential of +20. In second place, standing alone with a 3-1 record, the Monarchs with a +51 run differential. Gonna be a while before anyone can catch up to that. In third place, 2-2 record with a +10 run differential, now the only other team with a positive run differential in the league. It's the Musicians, standing proud at 2-2. Meanwhile, in fourth place, we're getting to negative run differential territory here, the Fireeggs, after that close come from behind victory, notch it with a -4 run differential. Their opponents, the Rookies, just behind them at 5th place, again 2-2 record, -9 run differential. Not that far behind in run differential, but entering the 1 win 3 losses category. The Spitballs in 6th place, technically that last playoff spot, but that won't matter for a while, at -12 run differential. 7th place, after a tough Series 2 matchup against the Monsters, who took them close in both games, the Flowers, 1-3 with a -20 run differential. I've no doubt that as the season goes on, we'll see them claw that record back. And in last place right now, again 1-3, we have no winless teams right now in Grand Slam Galaxy. The Bows, 1-3 with a -36 run differential. That'll close us out for Grand Slam Galaxy Playday number 4. As always, we'll have our normal Playday Tuesday, April 4th. So I'll see you again on the field. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong calendar. Tuesday, April 1st. Would have been March 4th. So as always, I'll see y'all back on the field in 3 days. Thank you for joining us for Grand Slam Galaxy Playday number 4. Any closing thoughts, Silver Lily?
I'm looking forward to the games ahead. I think we have a very competitive season on our hands, Willie. The Monsters may remain undefeated for now, but we will see for how long. Meanwhile, I still have hope for our current struggling teams, the 1-3 teams with negative run differentials. I think they've shown that they have what it takes.
Well, we'll see who has what it takes next time on Grand Slam Galaxy. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.